What's up, YouTube? It's your boy DR2727. Shout out my Transformer collectors, 1 to a scale collectors, whatever you collect, shout out to you. And this is an unbroadcasted broadcast. I know I don't have the biggest channel in the world, but I know this is NFL week 1. So I know all the fantasy players out here getting it in. So good luck with your team or whatever team you like in real life. Good luck to that. But just wanted to come online and talk about kind of fans, toys, the pricing, and just the pricing of collectibles in general. This is an unbroadcasted broadcast, meaning I didn't tell nobody about it. I got a couple of minutes to myself, so I want to do it. So, long story short, we're going to talk about fans' toys, talk about kind of their pricing. And since nobody is on, what I'll probably do is just, I did a video yesterday on it. I'll probably just, until somebody joins, or if anybody joins, I'll probably read the comments and respond to the comments live. I respond always, but I probably respond to the comments on the video I posted about it, and then hopefully that'll lead us to some other stuff. Give me 1 second. Make sure I get everything together. I see I got 5 people watching. Thank you guys, whoever you are. Really appreciate it. Go to my channel real quick. Antoine, what's up? Thank you for joining in. So yeah, I did a yesterday about it. Let me scroll down and read the comments, and then I'll respond and just, you know, everybody knows what the hot news right now is. Let me share my screen. I'll share my screen so everybody know the hot news right now. It's Fans Toys. They're re-releasing their Stunnicons. What's up, Brink? They're re-releasing their Stunnicons and Stunnicons. I mean aerial bots. And basically the aerial bots, Silverbolt is a re-release at 250. I think he originally came out at 175. If I remember, that's what I've had for paid for him. Air Raid, he's 220, which I think that he originally was like 150. Same thing with Skydive. I think they both 150. And the Fans Toys, the Fireflight is 220. And the Slingshot, we'll get to this one. I think this is the one that's raising the most eyebrows. It's 400. I think I have a lot of thoughts on that, but we'll talk about that later. And shout out to Brink. I think the Ram Haddon Project, shout out to the Ram Collectors. They did a live stream yesterday, and I think Brink presented them a chart that showed like the pricing of everything. I think the pricing is, if you're late to the party right now, I think the pricing is close to 1,500. Whereas if you one of the early adopters, the price was 1,000, maybe $1,000.50. So it's like a $450 difference between if you started back then and if you started now. And let's park the car right there. I personally agree with that. I think that these things are collectibles, and I think that um these are collectibles, and I'm one of the people. I don't think there should be re-releases or not as many re-releases, but I do think that if they are going to re-release something, it should either not come with the same accessory or it costs more, because again, in my mind, these things move the same way as baseball cards, other things. They have value. I think that there's a difference in my mind between toys and collectibles. What's up, Will B? Thank you for stopping by. $1,500 for a combiner. Yeah, I think that's an unusual space, especially for Transformers collectors, because MP collectors in general. I think that if you look at any type of collectors, you look at kind of the mainline figures, which are like those, entry point up to $30 figures. Then you look at kind of that second tier, which in Transformers land is third party or whatever. They go from like 35 to like 200, 250. I think that's kind of what we're used to paying, maybe 300 for a big like Omega Supreme type bot. And that's where it stops. Then I think you get to that kind of the next level, which is actually very kind of slim, which is like Flames Toys, Hot Toys, when they do a Transformer, 3-0, some of them, which is in that 250 to like $500 space. And then after that, you get to statues. And I think the statue collectors are a whole different realm. They play in a whole different space or whatever. So, to by and large, I think that these are collectibles, and I don't agree with re-releases, but if you are going to re-release something, I do think it should either A, come with less stuff, or B, cost more money to preserve the collectible aspect of it. That's just my opinion. Ram, I say Ram too, Antoine. But yeah, so let's talk about it. So let's talk about the combiner parts, right? So Jester, the figure's $200. The combiner parts are $200. That's what I look at. And I think that for a Fans Toys figure nowadays, that's pretty much the going rate for a non-mini bot. I think the Trailbreaker costs what 180. I think that, let me go back here. I just use this as an example. X Transbots, their figures were smaller and less expensive, but like their trailer is 240 now. I think it was like 199 when they first released it. And then this optional accessory pack was $40. So this hasn't changed, but this went up a little bit. But I think if you wanted to do both of these, which to get that ultimate look was 240. So I think if this is 240, if you look at it like this is 240, and this is $200 plus the extra 200 for a figure. It's not as wow as it's not as bad as it seems. I think that people are most pissed off by the fact that they aren't separating these two and making them separate purchases. Let me read the comments. Give me 1 second. Will be asked, will Fort Max gonna be 2K plus? I think Fort Max is gonna be probably around that $1,500 range. I think it's gonna be 3 parts, $500 a part, maybe $450 a part to $500 a part, 3 parts. They may break it down to an extra part. So that's what I think about that. Brink says, I think re-releases are smart, gives people a chance to get back in, and they are raising the price to punish the people that backed out and sold the first 3 already. I agree with that. That's a great way to look at it. If you look at it, hey, it's punishment. Hey, you should have stuck with us. I can definitely see that. Yes, MCAT pack. I already pre-ordered. I already had the first 3, so I pre-ordered the last 2. I'm a FansToys fanboy, unapologetically a FansToys fanboy. So I'm pretty much going to buy everything FansToys. They haven't given me a reason not to trust them yet. And so I think that that's the thing with me. Until you give me a reason not to trust you, I'm going to trust you. And Bobby Scarface said this best a long time ago. If I'm happy with the product, I'm happy with the price. Or I'm not happy with the product, I'm not happy with the price. Influence, what's up, my man? And this is a good shout to Influence, one of the best channels. Go follow him. Go follow the Realm of Collectors channel. All good dudes, man. I appreciate you guys coming in. And whenever I do a live stream, I always want to do kind of a giveaway to somebody. So I'm going to be giving away something. I'm going to determine the way to determine who gets the giveaway. I'm going to give either the reformatted. Let me see. Can you see? Whoa. I'm going to either give this away, the reformatted. Is it sticky? The breast masters for Leo Kaiser, I think it is. I'm going to either give this away, or I'm going to give away Iron Factory pipes. It's the winner's choice. I come up with some way to determine winner. But if you for being on the chat, I'm going to give away one of these 2 things. I always give away something when I do a live stream. So, but back to the FansToys and the collectible aspect of it. Yeah, so let me ask this question to you guys, whoever's watching. I got 10 people now watching. Thank you guys for watching. Would you guys have rather seen this the slingshot broken up into slingshot and a separate purchase for the combiners? Personally, I'm glad they did it like this, not for the cost standpoint, but because I think that we all can agree that this has been kind of the poop stain in FansToys underwear, the fact on their resume, the fact that they haven't released a combiner. And I think that by breaking it up, it makes it seem like it's even further along than it actually is. I think they've always said they're going to combine the last 2, and I'm glad they kind of stuck to it, because at least it makes you feel like you're getting closer to that goal or whatever. So I'm with you. I buy everything FansToys, but damn, you said it perfectly. M3, what's up, my guy Marcos, man? Go check out. That's another strong channel. One of the main men, one of my guys for real. Shout out to Marcos, man. It's all love. I see Influence that I pre-order all because I want in at first, but unfortunately now I want them to all bots. Yeah, I'm not one of them people. I don't do double molds. They're going to be combined in my collection. Like, I'm going to combine them. I'm going to have them in combined mode. I'm interested to see like how it's going to perform, because I think everybody was I'm against the grain here. I think everybody was saying they didn't have it figured out. I feel the complete opposite way. I think they had it figured out. I think all these companies had this stuff figured out by the time they showed like the first bot, or by the time they released the first bot. I think the problem with what FansToys did was that COVID made this thing so expensive to manufacture that they tried to wait for prices to come down, but they really haven't come down as much. Because I think this thing is going to have a mostly die-cast frame. And I think they knew that going in, because when they first quoted the Motor Master, they said the trailer was going to be as much as Motor Master was, which was, I think, 175, 180. But I think that as they let this go on and COVID hit, I think that price went up. And I think they were hoping that, hey, the price come down, but I think they realize, hey, it's not coming down. Plus, kind of, as the community, how we're griping, which we should be griping. They should have done a better job with this. I completely agree with the community on that. But I think that I think that, kind of all the factors together has led to where we're at now. But I do think I think they always had this thing figured out. I think it's just, for me, I think the materials was what kept this delayed as long as it was. That's probably the best way I want to say that. So let me go back to some comments. Anybody else? What's up, Rod? Right? It says Gen Z pop culture. I'm using the Zeta for my Superior and getting the last two Fans Toys aerial bots. Okay. I had Zeta. I sold Zeta. I think Zeta is a good budget option, but I wouldn't really be around here breaking my neck saying Zeta is the best thing ever. For me, I think that there are several side points to this too. I think that one of the things nobody's talking about is I think that people that say Fans Toys hold the community hostage. I don't think they really hold the community hostage. I think they're just doing what a company in their position would do. The problem with this is that nobody's really giving Fans Toys any competition. Or if you want to flip it the other way, they've evolved above the people who were their competition. I think that because they've made so many quality releases, I think that they have kind of solidified themselves as head and shoulders above whoever you want to consider is their competition, right? Like, we can just walk this path. MMC really doesn't release frequent enough, and they don't have the premium features. They don't do the paint and the die cast. S Transbot's quality keeps them where they are, which is like the B team. You know, all the other companies that fell by the wayside. Bad Cube is gone. DX9 was actually a really good competition, but they always went for a super stylized look and never evolved past that look to kind of the tune thing, what everybody says. So it really leaves just Fans Toys. And I've always said this, and I actually did a video about this a long time ago. I think Fans Toys is closer to the 3-0 and Flames toy space than anybody else is. Like, I think the only company who's making MP Transformers bots who've produced at the level Fans Toys have produced on is Kane Toys. And they haven't produced nowhere as near as many pieces, but their pieces had die cast, paint. The things Fans Toys does, I think Kane Toys did just as well, and better articulation. It's just Kane Toys just had super stylized look, and I don't think everybody wanted that. Excuse me. Let me see what Will B said. He said the combiners are getting to be ultra heavy. They are going to be ultra heavy. I'm willing to bet you. I have no inside knowledge. I'm just a collector like you guys. I'm willing to bet you that will be a mostly die-cast frame. I'm sure all the joints, like where it connects at the shoulders, the hips, the elbows, will all be all die-cast. But I'm sure most of the frame will be die-cast too. I would be concerned about if you have, if the shelf you're going to display it on can support the weight. Because I'm willing to bet you with this thing combined, all these figures, because you got to think each figure weighs maybe a pound and a quarter. So like 1 pound and a quarter times 4 is 5 pounds. Then the frame probably is another 2 pounds. So this thing probably can weigh 7 to 8 pounds. I would be concerned as if you're displaying it in combined mode like myself, if it can support those, if your display can support that weight. Let me go back to the comments. Influence said, I'm using Zeta as my Superior, and also unless I see Fans Toys combined, it blows me away, which it may. I think Fans Toys is going to blow everybody away combined. Like, I think that, when you put on the display, that paint is going to just set it off. And I think that they give you options to do kind of whatever mode you really like. I think that's actually good playability too. I'm not talking about the display-based part. I'm talking about, like, if you want to display the Ox look, I think that's what they have. If you want to display the tune look, I think that you having options does that. But Fans Toys always looks better on the shelf to me, no matter what everything else is. So that's just my personal opinion. How much weight can a detox glass hold? That's a good question, Antoine. I want to say it's 10 or 11 pounds. They don't make detox anymore, but I'm pretty sure at that time, I want to say it's between 10 and 12 pounds. I'm pretty sure, because I looked it up, because I had their Dinobots on there, and that's what made me look it up. Like, see, I had like 3 or 4 Dinobots squeezed in a detox shelf a long time ago, and I was very concerned about that then. So I think it's around between 10 to 12. MCAT Pat says, I'm looking for a Maverick price on eBay is going to plummet now. That's smart. Yeah, so I'm sure you can get Maverick If it's 250 here, you probably can catch somebody selling it for under $200. And that was an excellent figure. I actually transformed mine and got a paint scratch on it. So I may get another one, or get because I forgot to get a replacement part for FansToys. But it's actually a beautiful figure, and the alt mode is very, very, very impressive. Now, again, the alt mode isn't the funnest thing in the world, but I think it's very, very impressive. Rob said, I agree. The frame will be mostly die-cast. FansToys Silverbolt has the die-cast and it's heavier than the Zeta version. Yeah, it's gonna be heavier than the Zeta version. It's gonna be heavy and it's gonna look better. And articulation, I think they'll be pretty similar, right? Like every time I see people displays, I don't see anybody doing the combiners. One, I don't see most people don't have enough space to do combiners in some dynamic pose. So most times I see people with combiners, they pretty much have them standing up and down. And two, I don't think people have the creativity or the belief that their combiner can hold up in the display. And I think that Toy Worlds hold up, and I got Kane Toys. I think that holds up. I got Raiden. Raiden sucks as a combiner, even though some of the individual bots are good. So I think the Fans Toys will be. I think Fans Toys will be somewhere in Toy Worlds level. Like I think it can do pretty much everything Toy World Dev can do. Let me see. How long have we been going? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sharing my screen. Let me stop sharing. Yeah. We have been going for 15 minutes. If anybody has anything, another thing. What do you got? So now that you know that, the trailer for Minosaur is gonna be probably $400 too. I know a lot of people were talking about Dead End. I know a lot of people were talking about, hey, they don't need Dead End to combine, just like the aerial bots. They're using Dead End as a kind of they're using Dead End as a they just want them for bot mode. But now that 400 is going to be $400 for a Dead End, is everybody still in on it, or is I shot the Lyle Martins. He's not in right now, but Lyle said he basically pre-ordered all the DX9 Minnesota for the same for $399. So basically, what you get the last bot and the combiner parts for, assuming it's the same as just aerial bots, what you get Dead End in the trailer for is going to be the same. It's the same price as a full combiner. DX9 combined. I can tell you personally, I'm in on FansToys. Like I love DX9. I think DX9 actually makes a good product, but not as good as FansToys. And I think that's how we get to this point, right? I think that FansToys sit in their own category. I think that nobody wants to admit that. Like whether FansToys is MP plus and everything else is MP minus, or the FansToys is whatever. I think FansToys sit in their own category. And I'm gonna keep coming back and saying that. And I think that the fact that people are, myself included, are basically saying the price sucks, but yeah, I'm gonna pay it. And a lot of people are saying that not even because they need the combiner mode, but because they want that extra bot, because they already have something for combine mode, but they want something. They want that quality for the bot mode. I think that just speaks to the company and the state of the game. And so, I collect Flames toys, humble brag though. So I understand how it is to spend $400 on a figure. But I do think the community isn't used to playing in that space, and I think that it is alarming, especially when it's nobody else really making figures at that clip. Because regardless of whether you like FansToys and their prices, you got to at least admit for the past 3 years they've been the most proficient company. I think that they've done a figure pretty much every month for the past 2 years, original figure, not counting re-releases. So Antoine said it's 400, but it's just for Dead End and the trailer. But if they end up doing a reissue of the Stunner of the other Stunnercons, then it'll probably be the same as these everybody's. Yeah, I agree, Antoine. I think it's gonna be kind of in that same space or whatever. It says, what's the Blitz? Will be said, what's the Blitzwing and Ultra Madness gonna cost? I think Blitzwing is gonna come in at between 225 and 250. Ultra Madness is the interesting one. I think that Ultra Madness may be a $350 figure. Like that's the one. That's actually a really good point, Will be. I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think Ultra Madness is, FansToys Ultra Madness is gonna cost? Because if regular bots are going for $250, what can a bot with Madness size and the gimmicks that he's coming with cost? So give me 1 second. Let's go check out prices on Big Bad Toy Store for FansToys. I don't use Big Bad Toy Store by and large. I use Toy Dojo, but they may not have as many figures. Give me 1 second. FansToys. FansToys. All right, let me share my screen again. Give me 1 second. And we'll just use this to kind of talk about Magnus. Oh, 14 people watching now. Shout out 14 of y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so I'm on Big Bad Toy Store. Shout out to DS Icons, my boy. What's up, man? I just had to piggyback off your video you did today. Go check out his channel. He did a video of MP prices. Is it costing too high? I would love for you to jump on and we can talk about it because he's a 1/6 scale collector, and I would love to hear his thoughts about. I know his thoughts from his video, but I would love to hear his thoughts as it relates to the 1/6 scale side of things. But yeah, if you go down here, right, like Outright is 189. Trump is 189. Hitch is 139 on sale. On sale. Cyclonus is 220. Sale, 230. 230. So I think that, the Aerobots, if you just look at from a size standpoint and take away the sale, because I think the Aerobots should probably be right in that. They're probably the size of Trailbreaker, a little bigger than Trailbreaker. So if he's 189, they probably should be 199 in today's market. I think that's a pretty fair price. Influence said they reissue closer to what people get on the aftermarket. Good point. They definitely see what they can get and push it to the limit. That's a great point, man. That's a great point, Influence. I think a lot of companies are doing that. I was looking at and DS can speak to this more. I was looking at somebody's Hot Toys stream, and basically they were saying Hot Toys saw the aftermarket and basically start reissuing those figures and jump the price up too because they were looking at the aftermarket. I think that these companies are getting smarter, even Hasbro too, right? Like I think these companies are getting smarter, seeing, hey, what's the price of these aftermarket figures going for the aftermarket? Okay, can we re-release it? Yes, let's re-release it and jump the price up. And I think with FansToys, I think Decepticons was the first one to kind of get this treatment. And now I think they see that, there's some sought after figures they can do that for more and more and more and more and more. So I think that this is actually going to be the new norm. And again, this goes back to why I don't think these things are collectibles. That's why I think these things are collectibles and not toys, meaning like there should be an increase if they're going to re-release. Either A, it should be an increase, or B, it should come with less stuff and be the same initial price. This, man, I wish you could get on, man. It says, yeah, they all do. It's a good business move, just not great for our pockets. You're right, Influence, man. It's a great business move. It just sucks for us as consumers. Will B said, FansToys got folks out here making life decisions based on their price increases. Man, I hope it's not like that. So I'm one of them people, like, as long as you take care of your responsibility, man, then it don't matter what it costs. You know what I'm saying? As long as you taking care of your bills, making sure your family's in a good position, then hey, the price is the price. If you can afford it, you can afford it. Go ham with it. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at Extreme Statues, Mr. X. I remember 1 month he said he spent 30,000. Did he say 30,000? It was either 20 or 30,000 in statues or whatever. Now he was flipping them, but like still just to have that kind of turnover. Like $30,000, that's a ton of money. He's a millionaire. He said it before, but like just spending $30,000 on something like statues is crazy. But it's just the game, right? Like I was looking at Flankster, another statue guy, and I have little interest in statues. It's just I watch them for the artistic parts and kind of for the community standpoints of it, and just to see what the statue guys. Because I know he said 1 month he spent like $10,000 just to see what statue guys get and how much they flip stuff is crazy. And it makes me kind of think about, everybody's in their own space, right? And they complain because, like, if I spent the money they spent, that thing better be perfect. And those things very rarely are perfect. Like, they get stuff with breaks and chips and everything. Imagine spending, and this is going to bring it back to the combiner. Imagine this combiner. Imagine spending $1,000, $2,000 on a statue, and it comes with a chip in the box. Oh my God, I would lose my ish. Now let's spin it back to FansToys. This combiner better be perfect. $400. I think the community is basically saying, I've never spent this much money on a single piece. This combiner better be damn well worth it because $400, right? Like it better be perfect. And I think that shout out to the Realm Hatton Project and the Realm of Collectors again. They asked this question last night on their show. if it's not perfect, does this break FansToys as a company? If it's a mess, if let's just say the combiner doesn't work, it fails, it's all bad, is it a mess? Yeah, them statues are upper echelon. Them boys, they spending big bucks on DS, man. It's another level, you know what I'm saying? But back to that, like if FansToys, if this combiner turns out to be a fiasco, like it can't stand, it's a floppy mess, it breaks, it can't even stand straight. Is that the beginning of the end for FansToys? And I say, that's a good point. FansToys is unproven or whatever. Antoine, can he say hee hee like Michael Jackson after the moonwalk? Then I'll be in all in on it. But yeah, it better be able to do something we've never seen before. But yeah, they are unproven. Back to my boy DS, thing, they are unproven. So, but I trust them as a company. They haven't given me a reason not to, right? Like, I think the first time they did something, and they've done something in a unique space a couple of times, right? One where they did the Shockwave, they were kind of the first one to do that MP figure to show the MP can be the same, you know, that Quake Wave could be the same kind of, you know, quality as a Takara figure. So, and then when they came back and did the triple changes, Astro Train, I think they were, you know, they kept pushing it back, saying, hey, you know, we're not ready, not ready. So they finally felt confident enough and did the Astro Train. I think Astro Train was a success. So they haven't given me a reason not to think they would be a success, but I do understand kind of the they are I do understand the kind of the trepidation between people or whatever about what they said. And so let me take a quick time out real quick and just say I'm doing a giveaway for those who stay on. I'm probably gonna do a giveaway in the next 10 minutes, and I'm gonna end this thing 5 or 10 minutes. I'm giving away a either it's your choice. You can either get an Iron Factory pipes, or you can get an MMC reformatted, the Breastmasters for the Leo Kaiser. It's this clear sticky ones. So your choice, you can get either one of these. I figure out a way where I'm gonna do this or whatever. So like if you stay on long enough, I'm doing the giveaway at the end. So just stand out for that. But yeah, back to what we're talking about here. Shout out to the Ram. I just went to this. So again, they are unproven, but they haven't given me a reason not to believe in them. So, you know, I believe in FansToys until they prove me otherwise. But back to that question that I asked, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. If they blow this combiner, is it the beginning of the end for them? I say from a combiner standpoint, it would be, but not from a figure standpoint. What people forget in this sauce, they released 25 figures in the past 2 years, a figure every month. So like, and most of those figures have been really good. I think they released every figure they ever released, minus Power Glide, has probably been a B or better in these past 2 years. So like, you know, I don't think they'll go away as a company. I just think that, you know, people will be like, F those combiners. And I think they know they need to nail these combiners because, you know, they need to nail this Minnesota and they need to nail this Superior. Because I think if they nail those two, they know that it's up from there. They know they can ride this wave. They know they can do the Predaking. They know they can do Computron. They know that if they, because this is the one part of the game they don't, or the MP game they don't dominate is the combiners. Actually, the only part of the MP game they don't dominate is combiners. So like if they get to a point where they're the best at combiners, you guys are worried about what they do with prices now. Oh my God, wait till they dominate with combiners. They're going to take it to another level. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean from quality and possibly a price standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of the thing. And it goes back to this thing. People always say we need competition. I think that this is why we need competition, right? Like I'm a FansToys fanboy. Like I said, I'm unapologetic with that. I'm going to always buy their stuff until something, unless they talk bad about black people or say something crazy or just do something crazy, I'm going to buy their products or whatever, straight up and straight down. They've been that quality to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm at with it. But I think that, you know, there is something to be said for competition. Because if you knew, I'll just say DX9, if you knew the Devastator Wars, right? Like, you know, X-Transbots is making the Devastators or Protect the Bots. You know, MMC is making a Protect the Bot. Protect the Bots and the Devastator. So, you know, if those things come and then, you know, they can't be priced too crazy because other people would just go for other ones. But if FansToys trump them in this space, then they can still charge that premium price in the combiner space. And I don't think the community is ready for FansToys pricing in the combiner space. Hence why we're having this video discussion right now. Let me see. I see Influence said, it won't be an end, just a dread thing. They hate losing though. I agree with you on that. They do hate losing. They would definitely do another version like all other losses they took. They made new figures for those. That's a great point, Influence. Like I do think that they will I do think they will I do think they will make a I do think they will make separate figures if this turns out to be a fault. But I think they know this is going to be a home run. I think they've done their research, dotted their I's, crossed their T's. I think that they're going to be on point with this. I think they've just had too much time not to be on point. And you know, I looked at the A team a couple of years ago, the one with Bradley Cooper. I looked at it a couple of weeks ago, and Hannibal Smith, what's the dude from what's the dude from the movies? Don't I forget his name? Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson. Where he was like, "I will find you, I will kill you." He's Colonel Hannibal Smith in there. He says, "Give me an hour, I'm good. Give me 6 months, I'm indestructible, I'm invincible." I think the same thing with FansToys. Give them 6 months, they're good. Give them 2 years, they're invincible. And I think that this thing is going to be invincible. Will B said, MK Pat, let me go to him. He said, "I want a Computron or Abominus." Computron is my favorite combiner. I want one too. Will B said, "It won't break them because the individual combiner figures are so good." That's a good point. Jay-Z, shout to Jay-Z. I see you slid in. Totally agree. Antoine said, "Devastator from FansToys will probably be like 1,200 plus, probably 1,400 because each figure will be $200, $250, right? 250 times 6. I'm not that's 1,250. That'll be 1,500. So that probably 1,500, right? DA said, "Yeah, but people won't be as quick to jump on the updated set if they get burned with the first run." You're right about that, my man. Jay-Z, I'm out on the MP and also compare this to the MMC Combaticons. Oh, I'm not the biggest fan of the MMC Combaticons. I did a 2MP and not 10P on that a long time ago. I think they suck. I think the combined modes sucks. I think the individual bot modes are good. I think that the MMCs suck all because of Onslaught. I think it's a great gimmick, but it didn't work in practicality. I think that the theory behind it was good, but I think that like it's just like somebody saying, "Hey, try this chocolate favorite beef steak," and you be like, chocolate and beef or whatever, or the actual opposite. "Hey, try beef ice cream." Beef ice cream, I like steak, I like ice cream, and you tasting it's the worst thing ever. But theoretically, hey, I like those two things. So I think that this kind of how it works with the MMC combiners. I think in theory it made sense. Hey, no parts for me. But I think when you get it combined, you just like, and then it doesn't fit in combined mode because it's too small, and it doesn't fit in bot mode because Onslaught is too big. That was kind of the problem with the MMC things. But you know, I digress. Where are we at now? We're at 550. So this is how we're going to do this. Give me 1 second. This is how we're going to do this. Yeah, I agree with you. DS MMC is men combined. Combined mode ain't good. I need parts from it. I agree with you completely. Influence DS. I agree with you guys. LOL beef steak. I understand. Like I said before, combiners king or suck in the MP scale. Yeah, you're right. It's interesting. Like we want combiners in MP scale, but like the actual logistics of it, because I haven't seen anybody display combiners. And Bobby Scoreface has done combiner videos. Tiderium Hanger has done collection videos. Excuse me, I said combiner videos. Every TM Reviews has done collection videos. Other people have done their own personal collection videos. DS has done collection videos. I haven't seen anybody do combiners in a really dynamic, cool looking way. You know, they're doing with as the big bots with the legend scale bots, which is man, but I haven't seen anybody with a combiner collection that I'm like, boy, it looks amazing. Like the figures are cool. I've had all the figures, I got them, but like when they're actually displayed, like that doesn't look cool to me. Like sitting on top of a DTOF or whatever display, Billy, whatever it may be, doesn't look cool to me. Like I would love to see somebody, and this is a space thing. I think that most people just don't have the space for it or whatever. So, but like I said in the beginning, we're going to do a giveaway. And again, I'm giving you a chance to get whoever wins, you can get a chance to get one of these two things or whatever. So your choice. Challenge accepted. Are you gonna make it look cool for me, Influence? You've done the display thing too. I like what you're doing down in your display, especially with the lights and stuff. But yeah, we're gonna do a display thing. This is how we're gonna do this. If you're in the chat, you need to type a number between 1 and 20. I mean 1 and 100. A number between 1 and 100, and we're gonna let fate decide. You did have your toy world display that dynamically displayed, DS. I do remember that. Oh man, you're posing. I'm sure you're posing good. My posing ain't shit either, whatever. Illmatic put 78, 23, 5. Okay, cool. I'm gonna wait 65. This would be a lot more easy if I had somebody on here with me helping me guide this. But we're gonna make this work or whatever. Will B got 71. I'm gonna give a couple more minutes and then we're gonna determine who gets something. Who gets in DS2? Yeah, so this is our first 18 people watching. Thank you guys who came in. I really appreciate that, man. Like I said, this is unbroadcasted. This is just something I want to do. I see everybody's had an opinion on the FansToys and the price, and myself included. You know what I'm saying? So, somebody asked, what do they think the price of Fort Mattress for Fort Max will be with it? I still think it'll be. I think I said 3 at $400, $500. It'll either be 3 pieces at $450 or 3 pieces at $500. Shout out to Eric B. Gordon and all them on the Ram Hatton Project, Rick and everybody else. They made a good point. Like maybe they should try to take that thing to be crowdfunded, because I think FansToys has a strong enough backing to do something. And this is a Fort Max is an ambitious enough product where they can do a crowdfund to be successful. Lorenzo Diaz. All right, I'm about to close this up. I'm gonna count down 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. It's over. So how we're going to do this is we're going to use a random number generator to generate a number. Whoever number is closest, that's who wins. If it's people who are equal amount from the number, then we'll just keep doing it till we whittle it down, okay? All right, so just so I can let me share my screen again, just so y'all know I'm on the up and up. Sorry, it's taking a little while. Jay-Z said also comparing the price on DS9 to the current FansToys is crazy. Omega Supreme is still great. Yo, DS9 Omega Supreme had really great engineering or whatever. I don't think people give it enough credit. So here we go. I see Trey Nice 11 just got in. Give me 1 second. So random number generator. We're gonna do a random number generator. We're gonna do from 1 to 100. Oh, Brent got in 13. We're gonna do from 1 to 100. I'm counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Generate 39. So the number is 39. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to go back through all the comments and see who won. Give me 1 second, everybody. It looked like Lorenzo won. He prices right at double check again. Yeah, it looked like Lorenzo won. It looks like he prices right at everybody. What's up, Derek B? What? You came on late or whatever. Thank you for joining. But yeah, it looked like Lorenzo won. He prices right at JZ475. Lorenzo, get at me. I'll ping you and find a way to get to you. Illmatic, thank you for stopping by, man. I really appreciate that. Again, we were talking about congratulations to Lorenzo again. Lorenzo, you get to choose between one of these two figures. Let me know which one you want to. I'm gonna try to do. Oh, sorry, it's Iron Factory. Their pipes or the MMC the breast masters for Leo Kaiser, I think. Not Leo Kaiser, Deathosaurus. Sorry. I keep saying Leo Kaiser. Deathosaurus. It's the sticky ones though, so it's the translucent red. Is it sticky? Yeah, Lorenzo hit me up. I could give you an email. I'll put email in the chat where you can reach me at or whatever. So or I'll reply to you on the comment. I know you comment a lot on my page page. So I'll put in a comment. Shout out to you, Illmatic Prime. Thanks again. I'm about to sign off myself. Let me just say thank you everybody for joining. Shout out to the Ram. Shout out for everybody who joined. This was really fun. Content I got something coming up. I got a reviewer roll call coming up where we shout out channels on YouTube that I personally like watching. So I'm gonna put that up later. I'm gonna have a couple of 3 things coming up in the next couple of weeks. Also, I plan on being at TFCon Orlando. If you see me there, I have a gift on me there. So the first person who recognizes me and says something to me at TFCon Orlando, you will get a gift from me. If you're there, let me know. And that's pretty much it, man. Again, we were talking about FansToys and kind of the pricing, just pricing and collectibles in general. We had a great time, a great discussion. Thank you guys for watching as always. I'm about to sign off. Lorenzo, I will reply to one of your comments in one of my videos, and then I'll show you, and then let me know which one you want. All right, thanks. Bye. Bye, everybody.